Hi parents and students, I am Miss Petrowski. I will be the English 10 teacher for your student this semester. I wanted to create this video and send it out to you because I have my own children. I have twin 5-year-old daughters who are starting kindergarten this year, and they are doing an in-person open house. So I wanted to be able to get to that, but I also wanted to get you guys the information that you would have gotten if we would have been able to talk during the virtual open house for Elk River. So we'll go over a little bit of the course information, some of our grading policies, and then I'll get you my contact information. So if you have any questions, please reach out to me and let me know what you need so that we can make it through coronavirus together. So for this unit, or for this semester, we're going to do 4 different units. Our first unit is a mindset unit, which is basically just looking at growth mindset and how students can achieve growth mindset so that they can be really successful learners. Our second unit is called the power of the personal narrative. During this unit, students will be looking at personal narratives from around the world, so they'll be reading some short stories and looking at the author's choices, and then they'll think of some of their own stories that they feel are most important to their lives, and they will end up being the author themselves, and they'll get to write their own story and share it with me. So during that unit, we'll be looking at imagery, sensory details, characterization, theme, and how other authors create it and how the students can create it in their own stories. Our next unit is a teen issues unit. So during this unit, they're going to be working on their persuasion skills. During this unit, we'll look at claims, evidence, counterclaims, diction, syntax, and throughout this unit, they're going to be looking at current events that impact teenagers. Some of the things that we've done in the past are teen privacy, arming teachers in schools, voting age. We will pick topics closer to that unit so that the topics that we're talking about can be really relevant and can be things that are actually important in the students' lives. After we look through some different topics and both perspectives, or if there are more perspectives, we'll look at multiple perspectives of each topic. And then students will get to write about their stance and talk about their stance on the issues and try to convince other people to agree with them. The fourth unit that we'll be doing is a research unit. So this will be an informative research paper that your student will be writing. This will include research skills, source credibility, and how to write an informative paper. It's going to enhance some of their research skills, some of their writing skills, and it's going to be really valuable for not only their English classes, but their other classes as well, where they have to write informative topics or informative papers or speeches. In this class, we use the standard grading scale. All of our grades are weighted. So any of the assessments are going to be worth 90%. So those are tests, paper projects, major speeches. Practice work is going to be worth 10%. So that's anything that's classwork, homework, quizzes, short assignments. That's all worth 10%. The reason that we break it up like that is because when a student is first learning a skill and we first introduce it and we first start talking about it and getting information on it, we didn't feel like it was fair to penalize them for not knowing it right away. So we give them basically some grace time to learn it before it becomes a larger part of their grade. One thing that we do here that a lot of students don't like to tell their parents about is we allow resubmissions. So students are allowed to resubmit their papers. There are some guidelines that go along with it. If a student wants to resubmit their work, they have to have the original submission turned in on time. All of their practice work has to be turned in and completed. They have to demonstrate that they learned something from the mistakes that they had on their first copy and show that they tried to learn. And I have some resources on Schoology for them to work on and beef up those skills before they revise and resubmit. And then they have to explain whatever changes that they made so that we know that they're not just changing things in hopes of getting a better grade, that they're changing things for a really purposeful way. I also accept late work. Practice late work will not be accepted after the unit is done. Before the unit is done, they can turn in late stuff. Assessments, though, I will accept them late at any time in the semester. However, if you turn in a late summative or a late assessment, then you are giving up your chance to resubmit. So students should keep that in mind. I also don't do comments. I don't do written comments on late work and resubmissions. If you turn things in late, then you are forfeiting comments as well. I'll still fill out a rubric, so they'll still get a little bit of feedback, but they won't get that really detailed feedback, and that's one of the consequences for turning things in late. If you have questions about that policy at all, please let me know. It is a department-wide policy that we have all agreed on, so if you have students in other grades, you're going to run into the same policy, which is kind of nice that it's the same across the board. On your students' hybrid days, please make sure that they are logging in, that they're checking Schoology, that they are keeping up with all of the work, because I'm going to expect when they come to class the next day that they have all of that stuff ready to go. So please make sure that on hybrid days when they're staying home, or if you have a distance learning kid, that they are doing all the stuff at home that they need to be doing. On Schoology, I will post monthly calendars so that kids can see what is happening for the next month. I will post a daily agenda so that they can see exactly what we need to do every day. All of the handouts, videos, websites that we're going to be using will all be linked on the agenda so that they can find them really easily. And all of the due dates will be listed on Schoology, both on the agenda, the calendar, the handouts, and on the side there are drop boxes that say little reminders of due dates as well. The last thing that I want to go over with you is contact information. So the best way to get a hold of me during the day is email. I can usually answer within an hour or two between classes or while students have work time. So if you want to get a hold of me, that's the fastest way to do it. If you would rather talk with me, my phone number is right here, so feel free to use that if you would like. My prep hour is second hour, so that'll probably be the best time to call. Otherwise, it's sometimes hard to talk when students are in the room as well, especially if it's a more delicate situation. Never feel bad about reaching out. I want to help you guys. I know that this year is such a weird year for school, so please don't feel like you're out there all alone. If you need something from me or have questions for me, please don't hesitate to ask. I want to help you. I want to help your student. I want them to be successful. So just let me know what you need so that we can get everybody figured out and nobody feels lost or confused. I'm sorry that I might have missed you at open house. I will be there for part of it, but I just wanted to send out this video just in case I missed you or we missed times together. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to email or call. I hope you guys all have a great start to your year, and I will look forward to meeting your students next week.